Helo pawb a gobeithio bod chi gyd yn iawn. Hope we're all okay. And croeso I gwers 10 o Cyflogaeth. So welcome to lesson 10 of employment. You've been doing a lot of work on the learning plan 3 to do with Cyflogaeth so far. So hopefully you won't find this lesson too difficult. You will need to make sure that you know lots of the vocab and structures that we've already covered until this point. Okay, so our lesson objectives today. We're going to be extending our understanding of vocab and structures relating to, in particular, Welsh in the workplace, Cymraeg yn y weithle. And we're going to be considering the advantages of speaking Welsh in the workplace. And also we're going to be applying our listening, reading and writing skills to GCSE style tasks. And again, just a reminder that you can complete your answers on either the Word doc or on paper. Take a photo of those and then submit either or via Teams. And so we're going to start with a little bit of adolygu, revision, just to remind ourselves of some of the vocab and structures that you've been learning already. So we need to make a note of our answers on the Word doc in this assignment or on paper, please. Okay, here we go with the lesson lift off. So the first thing we need you to do is to answer beth ydy gwahanol yn Saesneg. Beth ydy gwahanol yn Saesneg? Nesa, beth ydy Bob says that yn Gymraeg? So you need to note that down in Welsh. Beth ydy Bob says that? So remember we start with my for the third person. Beth ydy debyg yn Saesneg? It's the opposite to gwahanol. Beth ydy debyg yn Saesneg? That phrase gallwch chi, does it mean you can or you would like? And the last one, beth ydy Bobina thinks that yn Gymraeg? Bobina thinks that. So again, third person, but different verb to says. We need to think. So we'll give you a minute to write those down before we move on. Okay, now we are going to look at the manteision o siarad Cymraeg yn y weithle. So the advantages of speaking Welsh in the workplace. I'm going to read what it says there for you. It's an important point. In our competitive world, we need to be well placed to stand above the crowd. We need a skill set to give us the best chances for our future careers. And the quote there, more and more employers across the county and in Wales as a whole are keen to recruit staff able to work comfortably in both languages. Bilingualism strengthens cognitive abilities. Bilingual people tend to be more creative and flexible. Now we're going to have a look at dwyieithrwydd, bilingualism. So for task 1, can you make a list of the types of jobs where you would need to have a level of competence in Welsh? You can write this on the Word doc or on paper to submit. We'll give you a few minutes to do that. Okay, for this task we're going to look at some geirfa pwysig, some important vocab. So in order to learn this important vocab, you could try making those magic learning cards or creating maybe a Quizlet. I've put a link on there, so or if you want to Google Quizlet and Quizlet flashcards, that will come up and you should be able to input the Welsh there and then create games and things to help you memorise all this language. Okay, so we're going to read through first of all. You're going to listen carefully to my pronunciation, and then if you want to have a go at home, then please do so. Okay, it's always good practice to try and copy and imitate what I'm saying on here. So, iaith, iaith, language. The next word, dwyieithrwydd, dwyieithrwydd. Literally, dwy is two and iaith is language. So, dwyieithrwydd, it makes sense that that means bilingualism. To be bilingual would be to be dwyieithog, the adjective there, dwyieithog. And the next one, so in singular and plural nouns there, a chance or chances. Cyfle, cyfle, cyfleoedd, cyfleoedd. And if we say diolch, we mean that we say thank you. We know that. Okay, so now we've got diolchgar. Okay, it's grateful, and it's obviously linked with thanking someone for something, you're grateful for something. So that's quite an easy one to remember, diolchgar. And the next one, an advantage is a mantais, and plural, manteision. Mantais, manteision. Disadvantage ydy anfantais, anfantais. Disadvantages, anfanteision, anfanteision. Okay, for task 2, we're going to have a look at these manteision, these pwyntiau da, these advantages and good points of being able to be bilingual within the workplace. Can you translate some of these advantages of being able to speak Welsh? And then we've left one blank at the bottom, at the end, so try filling in the last one. So, mwy o ydy more. Mwy o. So, beth ydy mwy o swyddi? We've seen that word swydd plenty of times since gwers 1. Mwy o swyddi. A new piece of vocab you've just been introduced to, cyfleoedd. So we've had a soft mutation after mwy o gyfleoedd. That's another advantage of being bilingual in the workplace. Mwy o potensial, potensial. It's a very similar word to an English word. And mwy o ffrindiau, mwy o ffrindiau. So when you've done those 4, can you think of the 5th one that you could fill in? What's another advantage? Beth ydy mantais arall o gallu siarad Cymraeg yn y weithle, in the workplace? So we'll give you a minute to go through, a couple of minutes to go through those before we move on. So move on to the next slide. You can stop and pause as you need to. Okay, iawn. Ydych chi wedi gwneud yn dda? How did you do? Did you do well? Let's have a look. So those translations again should be coming up. Mwy o swyddi, did you get that one? More jobs. Mwy o gyfleoedd, more opportunities, more chances. Mwy o potensial, more potential. Mwy o ffrindiau, I'm sure you got that one, more friends. And don't forget to write down on your Word doc the last one as well, if you haven't already done so. So this person here in the workplace is saying, dwi'n gallu siarad Cymraeg a Saesneg. Felly, so, roedd mwy o swyddi ar agor i mi. There are more jobs open or available to me. Hefyd, also, roedd mwy o ffrindiau gyda fi. I also had more friends as a result of being able to speak 2 languages. Okay, on task 3, we're going to do a reading activity now, okay, for the unit 3. So read what Rhodri says about school or work and being bilingual, and then we'd like you to answer the questions in full sentences and Gymraeg. So I'm going to read through what he actually says and then have a look at the questions with you and then leave you to answer those. Okay, so he starts with, fy enw I ydy Rhodri ac dwi'n byw yn Blaenau Ffestiniog. Dwi'n 17 oed ac dwi'n ddwyieithog. Hynny yw, that is, i.e., dwi'n gallu siarad Cymraeg a Saesneg. Es I ysgol Gymraeg ac mae lot o fy ffrindiau yn siarad Cymraeg. Hefyd, dwi'n gwneud cwrs drama yn y coleg. Mae bod yn ddwyieithog yn rhoi mwy o gyfleoedd I mi. Dwi'n gallu actio yn Gymraeg ac yn Saesneg. Dwi'n ddiolchgar fy mod i'n ddwyieithog. Okay, so hopefully you've spotted there lots of the new vocab from the previous slides that we looked at, and that you're making those connections and looking at that work within context and figuring out what Rhodri is saying about himself and his experiences at school and in the workplace. So the questions that you need to answer in full in Welsh are, number 1, ble mae Rhodri yn byw a faint ydy ei oed? Okay, so think about writing your answers there. So Rhodri lives in wherever and he is so many years old. So we're in the 3rd person, don't forget, mae Rhodri yn byw. So literally lift that from the question and pop it into your answer. Number 2, beth mae o'n astudio yn y coleg? Beth mae o'n astudio yn y coleg? Astudio sounds like the English word study. Da iawn. Okay, so when you're answering that one as well, that needs to be in the third person. So again, you can lift a lot of that sentence and put it in your answer, but then look back to the text of what Rhodri says and, you know, find that information, skim scan, find that information for what he studies in college. Number 3, mae o'n hapus I siarad Cymraeg a Saesneg, ond pam? So mae o'n hapus I siarad Cymraeg a Saesneg, pam? So we need a reason there. Last one, beth fydd Rhodri yn gallu gwneud ar ôl coleg? So we're in the future tense. Beth fydd Rhodri? What will he be able to do ar ôl coleg, after college? So we need to start with bydd Rhodri yn gallu. Bydd Rhodri yn gallu for our answer on that one. So we'll give you some time to do that one. Okay, don't forget that you can pause the video and continue when you've actually finished. But if you're ready to carry on and you've finished your sentences, ydych chi wedi gwneud yn dda? Have you done well? Okay, so here are some possible answers. So I've highlighted now from the text the information that you needed to pick out and sift out doing your scanning approaches. Okay, so number 1, mae Rhodri yn byw yn Blaen y Ffestiniog ac mae o'n 17 oed. You can mark that in 1 mark. Mae o'n astudio cwrs drama yn y coleg. 1 mark. Question 3. Mae o'n hapus I siarad Cymraeg a Saesneg achos bod yn ddwyieithog yn rhoi mwy o gyfleoedd. Okay, a more complex sentence there. So break it down. Mae o'n hapus, he's happy, I siarad Cymraeg a Saesneg, to speak Welsh and English, achos bod yn ddwyieithog yn rhoi mwy o gyfleoedd. So, because being bilingual, there's that dwyieithog, yn rhoi, gives, or presents, mwy o gyfleoedd. And we said gyfleoedd were opportunities, and we've just been working with mwy or more. Okay? The money. And the last one, bydd Rhodri yn gallu actio, that should say, yn Gymraeg ac yn Saesneg ar ôl coleg. So Rhodri will be able to act in Welsh and in English after college. And obviously it should say actio, not action there. Iawn? How did you get on? Iawn? So gobeithio rwan bo chi'n dysgu'r geiriau newydd. I hope that you're going to go away and learn that new vocabulary and make those revision cards for yourself. Okay, this is key vocab and these are key sentences and phrases in the third person that you've been learning and practicing with, and I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Diolch yn fawr iawn.